probably still playing her in the jungle.
Yeah, I'm still in the jungle. The Shy though, definitely liking the Rek'Sai on the top side, the tanky version, extra tanky version of it, and we just round it out with that Alistar here for.
Get out of my lane, he says.
Nice punish here from Rookie, coming back on the teleport, gets the flash out of Faker. Top side.
Flash in from the Shy, looking for Doran, who's dashing around, finds the ulti, and down goes the Ambassador, but Gumayusi will answer immediately afterwards.
Way they're finishing up the Gromp, level 6 Kiana, ready to make a play, but not going to stick around and force the issue, or are they?
Yep, there's the Pulverize. Carrier going down relatively low. Another Void Rush coming on through there from the Shy, but not enough to take down Carrier here. Gumayusi now just trying to walk him down, as there it is once again for Guma. Mako now in a bit of trouble. He has to flash to get himself out of the way, and this Sivir is now very, very fed. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, some public execution onto Gala here, but no one else really turning up for that show, and he will be okay underneath this turret for now.
Atlas, Wei went back to base. Owner stays there. That's why T1 forced that play. So they have Carrier go for the engage, and Shy was kind of asking for it, but Wei had gone back to purchase.
Yep. Turtle port in from the Shy is not going to get him quite in time. So we're going to have a look at some grubs going down here towards this top side of the map. Mako will be able to help Wei out. And that is going to be the Kiana securing all three of them. Let's have a look.
Plays, but Dragon Beam started out, is going to draw them over.
Yep, Carrier will be able to find the Shy, who tunnels his way out. Gets a nice little knock-up. Void Rush just trying to void death, but the trample immediately catches him. And down will go the Rek'Sai. Faker taking the long way around, but Ona will be able to claim the...
He will pick up the objective.
Yep, the problem is a couple of waves were just lost towards that top side of the map. Doran is going to convince Ona to leave him alone, and that is going to come on through as Seismic Shove collects Rookie here as Faker will find a whole bunch of rocks. Not too worried about that Rune Prison, but threaded volley not going to connect as Seismic Shove hits once again. Faker looking for the solo kill, but Rookie is able to walk his way out with that phase rush, but man, Faker is putting down the hurt.
They've been teasing us, Atlas. You know, Rookie was able to blow Faker
right?
Flash early on, now he's getting low, but it looks like it is just going to end with the pressure, and neither of them fall.
Yeah, and so no flashes blown either, but I did get very excited. That is something that we're just going to do because it's an exciting matchup. Teleport is going to come on through here as Ona takes another bite out of the turret. He is running pretty quickly. I just don't know whether it's quite going to be enough here as he's thrown into the little Otacon wall that was built
for those feats that you mentioned. And we'll see about the first tower then.
Yeah, we'll see who's going to be able to actually pick up the feats of strength, but this Rift Herald is gone. Collected there by Wei. The fact that this Kiana also gets the kill is such a big deal, right? You need to have money on this champion. And so far, able to put
here we go.
In the wall and splash forward there from Rookie, and Faker just explodes. Wei helps out, so he's going to get himself the assist, and IG come alive.
And that's going to guarantee the tower because they have the Rift Herald to use. The flash from Rookie, the flash from Wei. They get the kill onto Faker in the side lane, and they get the tower down. Well, and getting the extra kill here, you know, really ballooning the individual gold lead for himself. They're gonna collect the dragon as well.
Oh, flash headbutt bolt to come on through here as immediately the exhaust is down onto Mako, but he has the Pump Blossom. He finds two with it, as there is the Void Rush from the Shy on that back line, but it's Mako that falls down. Just one pick and trade. Sitting inside lanes, lapping up the gold.
Well, they might make a play right now.
Yep, as I was saying, the public execution is going to come on through as the Shy goes down once again. Carrier collects that kill somehow as Gumayusi under fire here in the mid lane as well. We've got backs coming on through, but the Realm Warp is going to come down. Gumayusi in so much trouble as Gala going to be able to help take down. Not going to be able to find his flank angle as Doran, you can tell, really wants to get in there with that public execution as Carrier with the flash. Public execution goes wide, and Wei finds the ulti. Supreme display of talent, but it's the Otacon going to Ona. This guy's smite button is something else. And Rookie finds one kill, now looking for even more. This machine gun rise, picks up a double. Gala collects Doran, and now Faker is running for the hills. He's surrounded by IG members, and he's running the wrong direction. Gumayusi trying to get down there to try and help him out, but I don't think it's going to work as he's being hunted as well. Blast Cone, and Faker might be able to make it out. The teleport going to come on forward, and he will be able to escape. So Faker's great. I saw that bit, and that bit was really cool. I like the extra zoom out that we had as well. And now we're checking out this Dragon going on down, and that is sole point here for IG.
The actual Otacon, like the beginning of that fight where they focus Wei, because you know you cannot smite fight really effectively versus Kiana with Kiana's buffs.
Is this free? Is this just free Infernal Soul? Okay, that's the MasterCard priceless moment right there as the Infernal Soul is going to go down. And now completed. Yeah, it's 2 items. One of them's a Black Cleaver, but still looking like the Shy is pretty happy to get into position. But the Shy is going to be spotted immediately. Good spell shield as the Supreme Display of Talent doesn't find the angle, and then Protect the President comes on through from T1. Void Rush not going to be enough, and it's Gumayusi that gets the better of the Rek'Sai. And the Shy may have thrown a bit of this lead away, but IG still standing. We'll see what they can get from this. It's a decent stun onto Owner. He's out of the way, but the seismic shove comes through. Pop loves him only onto one as Gala's forced to run away. Such a low health bar. As the phosphorus bomb's not quite enough. Rookie goes down. Gumayusi's free hitting, and it's another one for Owner as T1 just make a team fight win out of nothing.
Oh, that is just one Rek'Sai tunnel too far from the Shy under the tower, Atlas. That dive and the Shy going down opens up the possibilities for T1 to go for their 5-on-4 team fight, and that's going to be a Baron.
And immediately they get to just put themselves into a winning position because the Baron was right there for the taking. It was into Infernal Soul, Kobe.
Oh, but he can add damage, so we go for the re-engage here, and Karia just pops Alistar ultimate. He's okay kind of playing frontline and soaking that re-engage from IG, and so there was nowhere for Rookie to get out.
And the aggro management was absolutely absurd. Everyone on T1 was about the same level of health bar.
Yeah, Faker got that seismic shove on 2, and so they get the extra kill, they get the Baron, and now Atlas, this game, right back the other foot, T1 taking towers with the Baron push.
Yep, and it's going to be even more of a swing. As you can see here, inner turret goes down, that's even more money. And now 3,000 gold lead back in the favor of T1, as now they're looking for even more. The Pulverize only connects onto one. Supreme Display of Talent goes absolutely everywhere, but it doesn't do anything. They're able to take down the turret, and T1, they're just going to move their way back out. They're just stealing all their stuff, Kobe, and they're watching. And there it is, the public execution comes in. Mako just pops like a balloon. The inhibitor goes down. It's a fair bit of AoE as Rookie is still tearing them up alongside Gala. And the Shy gets into the backline with that Void Rush, but now he's in an uncomfortable position. Decent knockup comes through as Faker's trying to hold them at bay to give enough time to Guma to take down the Shy. And IG back to walking backwards once again, and Faker flashes forward, finds Gala, blows him up, and this should be the end of the game. T1, after losing for the majority of it, just come out on top, and they're going to look to put themselves 1-0 in this best of 5. Unless Rookie can do something miraculous underneath this turret, but he's not going to be able to. The seismic shove, all too set up here for Faker to take him down.
What a way to open up Worlds 2025, Atlas. T1 here looking to finish the job in game 1.
Well, Mako looking to try and fight back here, but once again, just into the tennis racket of Faker, as Wei not going to get thrown back this time, but the rocks will be enough. A double kill for Faker. The GOAT sitting at 4-1-5 at the end of game 1, and it is an ace before the Nexus is taken down. T1 will lead the series 1-0. Winning until the game was over. Like, guys on the desk, like, what happened?
Don't ask us. We don't know what happened. We blinked, and then the Shy did the most the Shy thing ever, but everything was going so well for IG. Iffy early game, they managed to come.
Drive a train really far away from your team and engage could be a little bit of a problem, but we'll see whether they can keep him under control, as the misfortune is going to come in here for Gumayusi. Does have a decent time in the early game, but up against Caitlyn, you're still going to get outranged.
Yeah, all right. So misfortune.
The ward knows that he needs to come down here to stop this. There is the snare. Great knockup comes on through the grand entrance. The wombo combo here between Owner and Carrier is fantastic, but that's going to be a two-man shockwave out of Rookie, playing the great defense as Faker finds himself isolated off to the side, and First Blood goes to Wei as he will find Carrier. Now Gumayusi has to deal with the Shy, who is just wandering him underneath the turret. Will not dive him this time around, but IG once again off to a great start.
Yeah, I mean, Karia uses the flash here. They go for it. T1 don't have the damage, even though they're focusing the Ori, trying to punish the no flash. They can't pull it off to get the kill onto Rookie, and so the punishment comes back from IG.
All of the grubs are going to reset. The Shy farming behind the turret, and so is Doran. So the top laners nowhere near one another, ready to teleport in at a moment's notice as there's Make It Rain to come down. Cyclone is there as well from Wei, who's just keeping them at bay. Down goes Ona, and that is going to be the Warrior Trickster, but now Doran has found his mark. Down goes Wei, his junglers will be traded. The Shy gets into the backline though as Gumayusi is his target, and down he will go. Faker still trying to find it though as Rookie will be taken out. Faker gets into the backline and assassinates all of them. Double kill already, and Doran finishes off. The last one is now the Shy. Cannot do anything, no mana, no hope, and T1 find a much earlier team fight this time.
Whoa, it was looking risky for T1, but Doran, he teleported in to save the day here. The Cassante doing work. Is it enough?
We'll see. We'll see whether the Shy can keep himself alive as well, but it looks like he's not going to have to contend with too much unless Faker decides to come back down again. Flash out from this Scion as Doran picked up turret aggro, so he is going to have to get himself out of there. Stands beside Faker, and now Ona will be convinced to leave the Grubs as well. So it does manage to get one of them, as you say, but it should be the feats going over, or at least the portion of them, going over to Wei here. As Mako comes up, Doran may have overstayed his welcome. Let's see whether he can take the Cassante for a walk, and with the heal, he certainly will be able to. Gala finds it, and there is the shot on T1 in this top lane. More plates going over to Gala, who's starting to look like a homewares shop with the amount that he's taken from this top side, as there's the all-out onto Mako, who's just dead. Okay. Doran says, whatever Doran, and we were mentioning it before, but this guy hasn't had a year like this ever, as there is the quickness, the grand entrance, as well as now Faker with the damage. Mako going to get popped like a balloon, but Gala is going to keep himself
a little bit careful.
You certainly do. Shuriken backflip going to come on through as the ace in the hole is going to be there. That's going to guarantee the outer turret here for IG. They will be able to secure that. Carrier is looking for a little bit of a mark here as in comes Gumayusi looking for the angle. The flash out is going to come on through, and now they're turning it on to Carrier. Cyclone is fantastic, but he just dashes away. And Carrier is going to survive. The Shy really wanting to take him out. He's not out of the woods just yet, but IG not interested in following up, and now the Shy might be the one turned on as Owner is going to turn up. Gets himself the flag, and Carrier will be successfully escorted to safety. And I say safety, he's out. For the rest of T1 looking for potentially something.
And IG are blocking them from mid lane right now, so they're taking mid lane tower.
Okay, Doran looking for an angle. I don't really know what it was, but my God, the Shy is able to eliminate him for it. They used to get themselves an outer turret in mid lane. Certainly open up the map here for T1, and an open map means a whole lot when you've got an assassin like Akali. There are some things that we've had issues with when it comes to what they can do. But of course, this is T1. They've made the magic happen before with other comps. It's now Mako off to the side. Wei looking for an angle as Rookie clears out that turret. Cyclone comes in. Wei looking for the knockups. And there it is, the shockwave onto 3 from Rookie as Doran just trying to get himself all the way out of there. And it might actually happen, as never mind, the orb is going to catch him. And down he will go.
I mean, Owner and Faker are trying to get jungle scraps for themselves together, but
and now, Faker level down here against the Shy, but the Shy doesn't quite have the damage to stop him from being able to do what he wants. And Cannon Minion will go over to Faker there as Ona? Question mark? He is looking to try and walk his way out of here, but he is going to get slowed down, flag and drag, as he looks to go for the back, because he knows he is well and truly dead. And he will be taken out. Some aggressive positioning, you could say, as Faker dashing towards the Shy, but it looks like this Scion is really reaching that mortality stage.
I mean, start up the dragon.
Yep, Doran was tethered momentarily, as now T1 get themselves into the river. They do not want to let this one go. As we can see, Make It Rain slows down Rookie. Faker on a flank angle, but he's spotted. Doran finds 2 with the Q, though, as now Ona looks for the knockup, but misses. And Rookie is able to take him down. He gets into the Rift Herald. Oh, Ona, we've seen this play before, and he's going to run his way up. But Carrier is going to get taken down. Faker gets into the mix, though, and already out of the fight is Mako. The ulti comes on forward, but Faker doesn't find the backflip. And Bullet Time gets no joy as well. Doran now out of the fight via the Death Chamber as Gala.
Their reward.
And Mountain Soul.
And then Doran just tries to start it out. Backside, Owner's not able to get his EQ onto Rookie either. And
Pilot back into a winning spot when something goes very wrong.
I definitely agree. Oh.
Okay, Ona going aggressive onto the enemy jungler, as in the meantime, Rookie trying to deal with Faker, now looking to turn it as Wei comes back, and that's just a solo. The GOAT is going to be able to find it as Doran goes all out against Wei. He's now in trouble, and oh my goodness, was that a Kaza Curse or a Kaza Blessing? I'm not entirely sure, but the Otacon is going to spell the demise of IG potentially yet again. As Rookie down for another 27 seconds. They're not out of it yet. Gala is still terrifying, and he will be able to stop Faker from going back home. There is Carrier getting into the backline, the bullet time, and the shutdown for Gumayushi. Doran's health bar is very low, and the Otacon is being frustrating, but IG are just running out of players.
They certainly are. They're also going to run out of Otacon here. T1's going to be able to get it. I mean, the Shy is dancing around, but not a lot that he can do about it. I guess they have to wait a little while.
Yeah, I don't know whether there is anything that IG can really do about it, though, as we do get a knock-up on IG. They take down the Otacon. The comfortable smite here by Owner.
When the enemy carries don't have their flashes, so, you know, no flash on Orianna, and if Rookie has no one around to protect him while he has no Palace, you know, the IG comp is still really good if they can play like a safe, more standard, like regular team fight on their terms. But T1, like, they have so much Wei here with the 2 items, definitely painful.
Doran. He's going to look for the flank angle. There's a flash Cataclysm to come on through. Finally, the knockup does come in now for Owner, who goes down to half health. Carrier trying to get himself out of there, and he will! Gumayushi gets a decent amount of damage, but leaves himself exposed and just blows up Wei, who gets on top of him, but that's not where he wants to be. Great knockup there onto the Shy as Doran gets on in there. He's looking for Gala as the Shockwave does not do enough, but he does take down Carrier. Fake is doing work, though, and Mako is running for the hills. Doran cuts apart this Scion, and T1, it's a difficult comp to make work, but the world champ's looking pretty good with it.
The 3-tiered engage from T1. They will take them down. They will cut IG to pieces.
And it's still scary, but after a fight like that, T1 going to be feeling a whole lot better.
Yeah, the multiple layers of engage here. So they want to blow the summoner spells off Gala early. So teleport in from Doran. He arrives, and Owner says, okay, I'll go in first. He goes after Gala, then Carrier.
But T1 certainly did capitalize on that time where he wasn't necessarily as strong.
Yeah, Guma, meanwhile, feeling pretty good about his Lord Doms. Doran is going deep.
Yeah, he's got 3 items now completed. The rest of T1 comes on over. That is going to be a solo Shockwave onto the Kazante as the Shy crashes into them. That is phenomenal damage as they take down Gumayushi. The Shy deals with Doran as well, and T1, now it's their turn to run the heck out of there. It's Faker. He goes in, he finds Gala in the back line, and then just gets shot in the head. T1 are going to fall. That's an ace for IG, who turn it all on its head.
And he's also going to dodge the engage from Carrier. Even though T1 are able to get the tower down, when Carrier goes in, he also uses this Karma speed up. He's able to dodge. Meanwhile, IG with the engage onto Guma just blows angle off.
Oh, teleport flank angle here from Faker, who gets behind IG. Let's see whether they can actually get forward. Carrier's health bar already very low as Owner taking so much damage. Puts Rookie into the Cataclysm. Is now Faker dashing forward, but they've lost Carrier already. The bullet time not quite doing that much, but the all-out comes on through. Rookie in trouble. Faker gets Gala. The Shuriken backflip doesn't land, but it doesn't seem to matter. Is down. Oh, no, never mind. Faker is going to be taken out. Wei still looking for it. Doran hunting for the Shy. And Wei will survive, but Doran is looking absolutely terrifying. Gumayushi's putting the bullets into the Shy, but they are bouncing off the armor. This Scion is
he's
really hitting towards that immortal stage, as the teleport is going to be employed here by Doran. Unfortunately for Gumayushi, all he can do is really hit minions and run. And Rookie is going to stop that from being a possibility, as he is strutting. So yeah, Misfortune does run pretty fast. Let's see whether Gumayushi can make the great escape here, as
Boots of Swiftness
going to be able to walk between these turrets. Make it rain slows down Rookie, and I think he's out. I think he's fine. I think Gumayushi's just going to walk it off. Never mind, there's a train coming. There's a train coming. And he just walks between the walls. The flash comes on through from the Shy. Can he actually connect to Q, though? That's the question. The answer is yes. Dissonance comes down, and finally the axe hammers in to Gumayushi, and he will die. But that took not going to be the Mountain Soul, but every time these Mountain Drakes are stacked up, IG gets it. He can. Rookie can feel it too, though. He's going to just move himself out of the way. Teleport comes in from Carrier to get back towards this Baron Pit, and already he has to use all of his buttons to get himself out. Shockwave, he's going to catch Owner. He flashes, the Cyclone collects him, and it's Rookie that grabs the kill. That's Jungler down. That should be Baron.
Should be able to get it. There's no smite to steal, so it would actually have to be a miracle from T1.
Well, we'll see whether they can actually make a team fight.
And Guma's not on Varus.
Yeah, and the Shy has about 25 health bars. He can sacrifice some of them, and that is going to be the Baron smoked down. And
Then it becomes almost impossible.
Yeah, Gala does a fair bit of damage, as we can see there. 4 items now completed, getting very, very close to just filling out that build. As T1, their base under fire, only a few shots are going to be necessary here by this Caitlyn. As 2 exposed inhibitors, there's a shockwave to come on through. It's a decent answer here, as we can see, as down will go into that GA. Trying to answer this one, but you can see Gala is distracted by these structures that he can destroy. Finally, he's going to look for Doran, who just dives away and goes all out. He survives for a long time as Faker looks for the flank, but the Shy is there and says, nope, you are not coming in. And IG this time ain't throwing it away. They are going to even out the series in this best of 5 with a triple kill from Rookie. T1 gonna have to go back to the drawing board.
Have some nice AoE CC here on the grouping.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it myself, just as far as what this composition looks like. It's already a lot of magic damage coming on through. The Smolder will be relied upon.
Mid lane, and we see Vi's going mid lane, but Owner's bottom, and they're going for it.
Yeah, Mako's going to turn up here as they're at least looking to gank a plate towards this bottom side, as there is the knock-up, and down goes the Shy. There's first blood for Owner on this Xin Zhao. This is what we wanted to see out of this, guys. Now Mako could be in trouble as well, but instead... And if we have a look at the CS margins between the 2 bottom laners, although one of them is missing, it is pretty close. Another Zenith Blade going to connect, but already a lot of damage onto Mako, but Faker is already dead. Owner gets the knock-up and takes down the Leona in trade. Now Carrier and Gumayushi moving in as well. Wind becomes lightning, doing so much work, and the handshake holds onto the Shy. As now IG looking to turn it around. He's going to silence himself. Carrier gets taken out. They trade it for the Rumble, then the bailout. It secures Owner his life, and he gets himself out of there. Gumayushi now trying to deal with Rookie, whose way is getting a bunch of work done. The flash forward from Guma, he's crazy. And Rookie's going to be able to get himself out of there, but man, Guma is angry about what happened in Game 2.
Honestly, I love the action in this series. It is getting bloody in Game 3, and it's very heavily in favor of T1, this blood, Atlas.
Yeah, the Shy is unhinged, man. He just goes for anything that's a potential play. As now Faker eats another Zenith Blade, but now Carrier going to be moving over alongside him. But there is the ulti out of Rookie doing so much work with the bailout. Can they actually keep him alive? The answer is no. Rookie gets the kill. And this way could become a problem as this game goes on.
The level 6 advantage for Rookie here. They're able to take down Faker in the aftermath, just as we're saying, oh wow, all this blood, T1 benefiting. They just had previously an over 1,000 gold lead, but it gets chopped down immediately as Mako and Rookie were able to answer. So Atlas taking stock.
Yeah.
After all the skirmishes here, through the river, Owner benefiting a lot, but Owner now under attack. He gets teleport.
He got the crab. The teleport is coming in here from Carrier to try and back him up, and now the grand entrance, the hero's entrance, going to come on through. Justice Punch to catch up to Mako. The bear is thrown down. And Faker's like, you can have my bear. I'm just going to go back to the way.
Melee champ stacking away, and good experience for it. Wait.
Oh dear, handshake comes on back through here onto the Shy. Equalizer goes down. There's the Crescent Guard as Owner trying to keep himself alive. He gets the smite down onto the Dragon. As now they go in, Wei looking for the engage angle, but the bailout is going to be there. Gumayushi keeps himself alive, and Mako will be able to take him down with the help of Rookie off to the side. The Shy on no health, as Faker will once again claim some revenge. One little Q is going to be enough to do it. And Owner takes position. They're not doing a massive amount of damage at this stage. Merc Treads are what he had to go for to respect the Annie stun. And so it does mean that he's going to take a little bit more time to get fully online.
Yeah. At the very least, he did invest in a Dark Shield.
Those 2 champions going head-to-head. Has a bunch of the items that makes you feel a lot better in the matchup as well. There's a whole bunch of buttons going to be pressed, and you can see the Rookie feeling very good about his position in this game. And as you mentioned before, Owner, he is going to be able to take down this Dragon. Let's see whether this is going to be the cease and desist that will actually work, and it does in the blink. It's not often the Doran on the Galio combo, but Wei's going to make his way down towards the bottom side, and Doran on the Galio is on our screen, but not for long, as the Shy is going to be able to burn him down. Just checkmate as the jungler walks in. Like, T1 need to be starting to get nervous.
Yeah, the big thing for T1 is like, how are they going to force the issue here?
Whoa, there's a flash taunt. His owner's going to move on up to try and take down the Shy. They're walking down the red carpet. He flashes away. The Winds of War comes in, and there's the knock-up. 3 Talon strike, and down goes the Shy. A 4th death for this
close
Rumble.
distance to that range advantage as the tower does go down in favor.
Yep.
Oh, wait a second.
Ooh, who won? Get the health bar back up and ready here for Ona, and they have to be decisive. And they are going to be so, as the ulti comes on down there from Ona. Mako taking a lot of damage as Mom will be the follow-up, just to zone them away from the area. This is soul point for T1, but they've already invested quite a lot into this play as Faker, without that flash, like you said earlier, is going to turn up. And it's going to be an honest 5v5. The equalizer is there for the Shy. We'll see whether he can layer it in well. As Gumayusi standing in front, wanting to try and find an angle as they are able to take down the Dragon. There's soul point, but there is the equalizer down as well from IG. Not necessarily getting the work done that they wanted to, though, as the Bear is going to crash on top of the Rumble. He's the first to go down. It's Gumayusi, grabs a kill in the fight, and it's Doran staying alive for so long. IG, that was not the play you were looking for.
Yeah, that was definitely not it. The Shy walks in, he gets blown up right into Tibbers, right into T1. They actually get all of their kills. 3 people down on the side of IG. T1 are gonna just explode with the gold here.
Yeah, this tower is going to explode as well, Kobe. Down this one will go. And Gumayusi is the hugest benefactor out of that. Now the Inara Smolder conversation gets a little bit different, as she's now extra pressure available here for T1 as the Chu goes wide. And Snare is going to connect onto Ona, but damage onto the Xin Zhao isn't exactly the most permanent. Okay, the flash in from Ona, he finds the knock-up, they chase after Gala. Redemption, can it get the kill as Hostile Takeover comes on through as well? Gala surviving for a very long time. The flash forward from Gumayusi though puts him down, and Rookie will follow suit. Both carries in the blink of an eye
as well.
And man, if you like, when I was looking at this composition, I wasn't thinking flash auto was going to be the engage option, but that's exactly what Ona was going for. As Phalanx, you know, hold the line, as it were, as the Hex going to be leaving Ona out to dry. Now Gala flaps over the wall. It's so much damage, though. Still, Circle not going to be saving the Xin Zhao, and that is shut down money over to Rookie.
That Hex technology is dangerous, Atlas.
It certainly
They warned
is.
us against this in Arcane.
We learnt about it from Arcane. It's now Rookie. Oh no, you should have learnt about it as well. Doran going to be able to finish him off. He's now in an awkward position, but they don't have to deal with the Hui, who's such a problem. Faker finds the angle onto the Rumble, and somehow their most fed member dying turned into an inhibitor turret?
Yeah, T1 are just going to flash on you. Everyone flashing over walls here. Doran flashes in, Faker flashes in, T1, they actually even take, wait, Dragon's going down.
Yep, they were looking for the Dragon here. Hostile Takeover will be avoided for now, but it's a double taunt beautifully placed here by Doran. It is Wade denying the soul, but they also managed to get themselves out. The Hex Gates are going to come on through as well, as Gala is going to survive on about 10 health and get out with the highway robbery. I don't think it's going to save the game, but it was pretty funny as another one comes in and Faker says, yeah, fool me once. Yeah, fool me twice. No, that's not going to happen. As Voltbreaker gets way over the wall, and Ona has respawned and will be able to take down the Vi. Wants to be able to hand the kill over, but isn't going to do so, and will be able to secure some turns. Hexgate's going to come on through here as Ona makes his way over. Gala up pretty far. It looks like T1 are just going to start it. Okay, Rookie gets some damage down onto Faker. Heroic entrance comes on in. Faker survives for such a long time as it's jungler for mid laner. And I think T1 are feeling pretty good about that. No smite left on the Rift, and T1 are back on the objective again.
Yeah, they're going to force IG to come to them.
All right, Hostile Takeover comes through. The immediate cleanse out from Gala, though, who's doing a lot of work. Gumayusi just dives into the front line. I don't know whether that's a good call, as the taunt is going to go wide. Now Gumayusi has to avoid everything as the ulti from Ona. He goes down into his GA, and they take out Mako. I don't know how this is working, but it's looking pretty good at the moment for T1. But the shutdown comes in. The answer from Gala. Dragon just does so much damage. They've started off the Baron themselves now, but they're looking for a turn angle. Gala taking a lot of Baron damage, as we can see. Doran getting in amongst it and immediately regrets that decision, is able to flash his way out. But that is a big cooldown. You mentioned flash engages are what T1 are all about. And that is not going to be available here for the Galio. Keria moving on over. They want to take control of this as Keria is well and truly far up in this lane as they look for the Shy. He flashes out of the way of the taunt. That looks pretty good for Gumayusi. He's able to finish him off. Still, Rookie does so much damage and he's held in place as Wei says no to Gumayusi, and he's so much more important. This is another opportunity for Seoul that it looks like T1 are going to get denied. Oh, are they just going to move towards the Baron? Is that going to be the opportunity here as the Drake will be secured here by Wei, but he's going to be out of position on a potential Baron take. Gumayusi now going to be moving back forward. Gumayusi in the lead, but Rookie hot on his heels, as we can see here. And Gala getting pretty close as well. The flash over the wall there from Wei as they're looking to try and take down the enemy jungler, and Wei, there's just no option. He's staying alive for a long time, but there's no follow-up. There's no option. And IG now just a man down and a smite down for this next fight. Ona looking a little bit lower, but he has that GA back off cooldown once again, and they're on the Baron once more. Doran, is he going to get turned on as Gala does a lot of damage, as you can see there. The Slurkle slows him down, and now Faker looking to chase them out of this river. Hostile takeover just to buy the space, and the Purple Worm will be the reward. T1 is just going to get sniped here off to the side, and buying so much time is IG. As T1, they still have the Baron, but you wouldn't know it from what we're seeing in this game. As a teleport to bring the Galio back, that might be the opportunity. This could be a 50-50 as Ona in position, but he wants to start the fight instead. They take down the Drake. That's going to be the soul for T1, and Maker limping out as cease and desist is going to do nothing at all. Faker just throws the fire away, and Rookie goes down on the back end, and T1 just steamroll them.
Guma got the soul, and T1 are gonna get the game. The Shy's running, but there's nowhere for him to flee. T1 will walk inside the base.
Yep, they're just gonna push this minion wave forward, and it looks like match point for T1. Our fourth seed from the LCK will crash down these Nexus turrets and see whether they can, in fact, make it to the Swiss stage and hold on to hope for 3 in a row. We'll take another Nexus going down, though, and IG, they do tend to like it on
mid lane Ziggs, Silas go to the top lane.
I think it's got to be top lane Silas.
I mean,
I feel like
I've seen Merwin before.
That's the Shy move, as Faker will lock in his famous LeBlanc. And ladies and gentlemen,
only the Shy knows what the Shy is doing.
I mean, that is not being proven more true today than any other day.
Honestly.
Right, Rookie taking so much damage here as there's the snare, the flash forward, but it's all a bait. Faker, can he actually still get the kill as he does get the passive proc, and that's going to help keep him safe, but Mako still wants to take him down. This Nautilus is so scary, and he flashes to try and lock him down. The distortion, not enough, and first blood to Mako. Now Ona is making his way in as Keria is looking to try and punish this Big Daddy as he makes his way out, gets himself another round.
Today is history day.
Well, there is that distortion being utilized. It's a fair bit of damage, but now everyone is being called in and they slam Rookie into the ground. Some grubs should come on through for T1 afterwards as well, but man, Blinken, you missed it, as Rookie is just dead.
That's everyone who has an ult used their ult on Rookie. Keria didn't because he's only level 4, but everybody
He pressed R though, Kobe. You best believe he pressed R.
He pressed R for sure. He's with you.
Oh my goodness. All right. But it will still be IG utilizing the fact that they didn't press as many R buttons to take 2 of these grubs. One of them did go over to T1 as a result of that.
And see, like, what was the actual time difference between each R button press? As Doran's got some visitors.
Well, he is also going to call in his friends, but it's going to be too late, and now Ona might be in an awkward position, still able to get the kill on a Maker, who unfortunately had IG.
That was really nice answer from Owner, you know, lays down the Q right before he arrives with his ultimate and with the bottom side, so I think they do want to fight it. They're not going to give it to T1 for free.
Yep, Faker looking for a flank, but he is spotted on vision. Rookie with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow already prepped.
Doran can't come though. This is 4v5 guaranteed.
Yep, Wei couldn't get on in there as the flash is going to be employed. Rely on that. It's going to be absolutely fine. Hawkshot going to give some vision over to T1. As Gala takes some damage from the volley, double flashes employed. Mega Inferno Bomb goes down, there's a Grand Starfall, but the instant wild growth is fantastic. Paranoia comes in, but still Owner is taking so much damage. The flash from Rookie is able to shut him down, and now the Shy looking for Doran. He's tanking up the turret, and he's happy to
Get him out of here.
All right, we're fighting again, as now Carrier in a bit of trouble, does have to put his Wild Growth on cooldown as the darkness is going to come in, but Carrier already dead. Ona able to put himself in a great position, though, as the Pantheon will be the answering kill, but Rookie on the top side of the map means that Gumayusi cannot play the game. He's taken out, but it's a 1-for-1, and now it's T1 trying to fight back. This time, the Ram is going to connect as the Ziggs satchels himself out and burns to death. As Ona's red buff gets it done. Now Mako not going to be able to do anything. The anchor is cute, but I think that Faker will be able to finish this one off. And T1, they're going to be able to...
They don't actually have vision. They're able to get the shutdown. T1 kites backwards. We're back to action, baby!
Yep, Carrier just out of the death chamber and might just be put back in it here as the Glitterlance not quite enough, and Wei will be able to put him down. Faker looking for a bit of a recall here, but Rookie might be able to find him. Faker able to distort his way out and will be able to keep himself safe, but still Rookie denying the back angle, and it's more turrets going down for the Ziggs. Man, I'm looking over here, I can see Orcs.
Oh, they're going for the Shy!
Left as they are looking for the Shy. Can they find the fear? And they will be able to do so. This time, the Shy doesn't have a lot of that funny business available. He's doing a lot of damage, and now the cavalry is going to come in as he bought enough time to allow IG to capitalize on this one. As Paranoia just to buy the space, and we'll see whether it works. He looks to turn it, they take down Gala, and Owner is still alive! He survives through it all! And Wei is going to fall at the same time. The knockup on Mako, he's dead at T1! Oh my god, Owner, you are an absolute...
From T1!
My goodness. And now the Dragon going to be secured here. That is going to be the second going over to T1. Zero fear in that moment. I think he thought that he was going to die. He's like, well, let's send it. Saw the arrow come in and just launched himself like a missile into IG.
Yeah, who's
collapsing? The Rift Herald is going to be employed in the mid lane. And now Paranoia comes down yet again. The Shy in trouble once more as the Ram looking for the knockup will be able to find it. The arrow from downtown connects from Gumayusi, and Faker is now able to close in as well. The Grand Skyfall comes in, the Mega Inferno Bomb not quite enough as Ona just barely limping away. And now the fight is going to continue. Mako trying to throw out the CC. The satchel's good as Gala's bouncing bombs aren't quite connecting. T1 still not able to quite find the fight, and now the re-engage from Mako as Faker is going to get executed, but Gumayushi's the problem. He flashes to create the space, and Gala, they've been ignoring him this whole time. Finally, they're going to move over as he runs out of mana, takes down Carrier, but he will die as a result. And Doran and Gumayusi walk away victorious.
And T1
by IG. This has been a point of contention for this team. We'll see whether they can make it work this time around here in Game 4. Man, this is feeling like they're throwing the gauntlet as now the Paranoia comes down. Doran finds a huge knock-up, and the AoE is massive. The wild growth absurd by T1, and their team fighting is just too good, ladies and gentlemen. Gala keeping himself alive, but there are too many people here. Rookie finds the clone of all things, but the Otacon will stay up. And T1 did lose two in the process. Can Rookie do it? Can he be the hero? But he cannot in this moment. Still, they saved the Otacon, and that may actually be the biggest deal in this moment.
Wait, they've got a teleport from Doran. They can teleport Doran back in. Faker and Carrier are flanking them. There's the teleports coming in. It's actually answered here by IG as well.
Oh, Gala gets executed. Faker finds him in the brush. He thought he was safe, and honestly, so did we, because there wasn't the vision as Doran slams his head into the wall, but he is so incredibly tanky. The flash out from Carrier to avoid the re-engage as Rookie is doing a fair bit of work. Doran doesn't have damage himself, and now the Shy has made his way in. It's another hook connecting, but Owner is also respawned. Ladies and gentlemen, Doran will be dying in this fight, but yeah, we have Paranoia coming up very, very soon. And the Ash Arrow is 8 seconds away. I do not think it's Otacon time. Please let me breathe.
No way, buddy. Let's keep the action going. T1, they approach, they fire.
As Gumayushi's going to find it, and Rookie is going to get punished once again. It's being in a brush that's going to be their downfall, and it's Carrier that's able to get the the last hit, but Gumayusi is kiting like a madman. Another wild growth. And T1, it feels like the same team fight that they won before. Well, they're gonna go win it again.
That was all one team fight right there, Atlas. They continue it. The R buttons come back up. They immediately press them. They find the engage. Guma here with the Ash Arrow re-engages, sets it up, and the Otacon this time will be the final prize.
They're gonna be able to pick it up here. It's 23 kills to 13.
I like those numbers.
Oh, it's absolutely ridiculous. A bloodbath here in our game number 4 between T1 and IG. From Way, and now he's trapped. He's not going to be able to escape. He doesn't have the Grand Starfall, and now the jungler is going to be dead at 23 minutes and 50 seconds in the game. The Baron is up in a minute's time, and Way is not going to be able to get into position.
More champions on screen, so they'll kill some towers.
We'll see whether the champions will come on screen, because then T1 will try to kill.
Do that one more time and actually take down Kaza. Punish the no flash.
Ooh, good spell shield there from Ona. Gonna deny the hook in as Faker distorts his way back again. The knockup gonna go wide from Doran, who flashes away. Now the Ram is going to show his teeth, but that's a brilliant stasis to come on through. Ona goes in, he survives for so long, way too long. Wild growth comes in, and it's Gumayusi with the damage. Why is this Nocturne still alive? Ona, you absolute monster. The inner turret's gonna go down, and I think this is the end of IG, and T1 putting the end to the LPL has started early this Worlds.
T1 will have every member alive to assault the IG base. Scala trying to defend, but it's no use.
And the Ziggs that was their Achilles heel is finally gonna be taken down, as T1 will make it to the Swiss stage to defend their Worlds title.